Good morning. My name's Dr. Catherine Cumming. I'm the Independent in the Upper House. To be called rat bags because you protested?
Yes.
How very dare the media? How very dare the government? Don't need a vaccine passport. It doesn't work around the world. Trying to fine them $100,000. Haven't they already had enough? Get out of our businesses. Get out of our houses.
Get out of our lives.
Parents make the choices for their children when it comes to vaccinations, not the government. Now I thank you. I'm going back into Parliament to question time. They have not consulted us as a Member of Parliament to respect my community. So what do we say?
Suck down Andrews! Suck down Andrews!
Suck down Andrews!
I was a healthcare professional for 32 years. I believe Daniel Andrews has committed is manslaughter. Old people in nursing homes have died of grief when cut off from their loved ones. They stopped eating and they have starved to death in Australia because of lockdowns. And the public has a right to know if this is to be a democracy, you must investigate Daniel Andrews for the crime of manslaughter.
Exactly.
Last Monday, I took my son to St Vincent's Hospital. My son is in need of an urgent, not just one operation, several operations. About 2:30 in the morning, some surgical doctors came to see Anthony and explained that yes, he did need treatment and operations. And then proceeded to ask him, was he vaccinated? He said, no, I am not, and I cannot be. The doctor said, well, without vaccination, we cannot treat you. Now, Dan Andrews, if you're in there, mister, if your son was as sick as my son, he'd be in there getting operations without question. Discrimination, you bastard!
Yeah.
Why should my son be sick and possibly lose his life? We spent Monday night ringing around every single hospital in Victoria to try and get my son his much needed surgery. But the same bloody answer. No, you're not judged, can't be seen. Everyone deserves the right to medical treatment. Everyone.
By the end of the week, unless our politicians find some moral courage to stand up against what's coming, democracy will be finished. They can imprison us for 2 years. If you can't speak freely, you don't have a democracy. And if you're out there in the rest of the world, take notice. If this happens here, it is coming to you. We are trying to stop it, but I'm not sure we can. It is coming to you. Batten down the hatches. Defend your freedom.
I have so many friends who have just completely lost everything due to the fact of this pandemic.
I've been allowed to walk into my workplace since last week. It doesn't matter how committed a worker I've been, how loyal I've been, how hard I've worked, how hard I'm willing to work. It does not matter anymore. I'm not allowed to walk in. I could have seen myself there for the next 10 years, but now I can't even go in today. Especially looking at the behavior of some of the people that are standing behind us or the group that they represent, I've not felt safe to come down and speak like I'm allowed to as an Australian citizen for over 20 years. I've grown up in this country. I was not born here, but I have grown up. My children have been born here. And no matter what I do for me here today, I have to make sure that this is a country that they can grow up in, where they can choose what they do with their bodies, and they don't need to prove to anyone that they're clean enough to walk into a workplace, to buy a loaf of bread, to go watch a movie, to fly overseas. They should not need to do that. If this was about health, where is all the government campaigns for healthy eating, for exercise? And I'm standing here and I may well end up losing my home. And I've worked for that home for years. but I'm either going to lose my home or I'm going to lose every freedom that I would ever want to have. So that's why I'm here.
I came here from Cyprus. We left from mandatory army conscription because in Cyprus you deal with the Turkish army. We came here because we thought this was a country where you could work hard and be whatever you wanted to be. My wife came here as a refugee, running away from Saddam Hussein and everything that was happening in that country, thinking that they came here in a country where you can work hard and be whatever you wanted to be. Now, because someone put pen on paper in there, all of that is gone. We have no idea what's coming next, no idea what we're going to do next.
I'm okay.
No idea what's happening with work, home, how I'll be able to look after my kids. And I think it was Topher Field who said that if it's given and can be taken away, it's permission, it's not freedom. And the illusion of freedom is gone now. All we have is you're permitted. We're permitted to do this by the police standing there, and they could choose to take that permission away. And at 2 o'clock, that's what they'll do.
We are Victorians. We are Australians.
I want to put another.
And we will not back down. And then I went and became studied yoga and the science of yoga, and I teach meditation and yoga. And I think we're standing for something that we are going to win. And in Hong Kong, in France, in England, in Germany, in Canada, in the US, we need to unite everybody, because when we are united, we cannot fail. And for your children, my dear brothers in the uniform and sisters in the uniform, we are standing for your future. With my organization, I support about 50 to 60 families every week with food support. And now, to continue that, I have to get vaxxed. Can you imagine, to support people, I have to get vaxxed? There's a state called Uttar Pradesh in India. There is 240 million people in that state. It is the most populous state in India. 240 million people. Please keep that in mind. That is about 10 times the population of the whole of Australia. The COVID rate down to from 40,000 a day to 10 a day. I thought, no, this can't be true. So I contacted the chief health officer of that the one city, one town called Agra. And I talked to him personally, and he explained to me the strategy they used. The vaccination rate was 5%. When they brought it down from 40,000 a day to 10 a day. And guess what it is today? 0. Eminent medical experts, Professor Thomas Brody and Professor Robert Clancy, a clinical immunologist from the Newcastle School of Medicine, and Thomas Brody, an epidemiologist. The guy is world famous. They did a trial in Melbourne and in Sydney. 1,200 people trial. And guess what? They divided that thing into 600 whom they treated with, I'm not going to tell, but how many died? 0 died. And why are these people ignoring this data here? Go onto Instagram or YouTube
and search us, yoga ecology. Thank you.
Happy birthday to you! Please wish Anthony a happy birthday! You got a kiss in your skull and you cut to the bottom, alright?
High five to you, Veronica.